Okay, everyone. Hello. I know some people are still trickling in, but I figured we would go ahead and pop in now and start wrapping this up. I know you've had a long day. Thanks for sticking around till the very, very end. We are going to be looking at just some certification content to wrap up the day for those of you who might be interested in that. But before I jump into the certification content, I just want to by myself, I guess, do a shout out and thank you. I know some of my colleagues are in the chat. So for those of you attending the event, if you just also want to with me clap, say thank you to all of our presenters that presented today. We pretty much, majority of our presenters were on the entire time presenting a session every block. So thank you so much for hanging with us. And to all of our participants, we know this is a Saturday for you. We appreciate you taking the time to want to be with us, learning more and finding ways to improve the classroom environment. So thank you as well for being here with us. So I just want to do really quick updates on the certifications. I know that CNG and other schools there also in Colombia have been diligent in making sure that educators are well versed in the content and the information that's available around Google tools and implementing those tools, and that includes getting the certifications. So I just wanted to do a highlight of some resources that you all can utilize to help you in your journey to getting your Google Educator Certified Level 1 or Level 2 badges. So if you go to my doc, if you're actually on this schedule, you're looking for the very last session. It's the closing session. So I'll just jump over here really quick. In our spreadsheet at the very end, you'll see the link. Well, you're already in here. And I just realized I didn't link the doc. Just look for my last, any one of my sessions that has my name on it. Is going to allow you to get to, and I just did a quick scroll there. Sorry about that. Any one of my docs that has my name, once again, will allow you to get to the document with the resources for the certifications. It's the same doc for all of my other stuff. If you scroll down to the very bottom, you're going to see under the last session titled Google Certified Educator Certifications, there are some resources on that list there. I'm going to hop in and showcase what these are. One of the places where I would start is with that first document called What to Expect on the Exams. This document has a screenshot of sample questions as far as like what you can expect from those particular sample questions. But it also it pretty much just starts, especially for those of you not familiar with the certifications, it just starts with some basics. So I'm going to zoom in here so you can see this a little bit better. So we have two different exams that are a part of the Google Certified Educator program, the Level 1 and the Level 2. So Level 1 starts a little bit at a foundational level. It does certainly jump into educational technology and how you can implement the tools. And Level 2 starts to explore even other tools that go beyond the Google Workspace content. So feel free to take a look at what those are. These areas here are hyperlinks. So when you hover over in that PDF document, you're going to be able to click on that, and that's going to take you to the Google Education, the Teacher Center that takes you basically to the certification pages so you can learn more about the individual programs. Back in the document, you'll notice here it gives you a little bit of exam details. Each exam will have 35 questions. So whether you're testing in English or in Spanish or any of the other 19 languages that we support, you should be seeing 35 questions per exam. It is a timed exam where you will have a combination of multiple choice and drag and drop type questions. The exam duration has remained the same. It is still 3 hours. You have 3 hours to be able to complete the exam from the moment you launch it. So once you get going, you'll have 3 hours to complete the entire exam process. Last thing I want to mention to you there down at the very bottom of that document, it says for additional questions, please review our Educator Level 1 and level 2 FAQ pages. And I'll point you to that here in just a second, because before we move on to that, I want to quickly show you, those of you who are curious, well, what does the exam environment look like? What can I expect? The next few pages of this document is going to give you a little more details around that. So you can expect to see, like I said earlier, some multiple choice questions. And so I just created one of those questions, and basically I'm giving you here a diagram of what you can expect. So up at the top right, you'll have a little question mark and a little eye icons. These are to get additional support. You also see the progress of where you are within the questions. Over here to the left, you'll see underneath the question type, you'll see where it gives you the time remaining you have to take your exam. It'll let you know how many multiple choice, responses you need to select, either one, or it could be 2, it could be 3, it could be 4, etc. Of course, the question and then question choices. And down at the bottom, you'll see a row of buttons, one of which is to reset. If you've already selected or moved some things around, if you want to reset it, you can reset, you can skip, you can mark for review, which is really great because it allows you to move forward and always be able to come back to those questions where you're not 100% sure on the answer, and then you can review those at the end before you submit the exam. You can move previous or on to the next. So pretty simple standard stuff that you would expect to see from typical sort of multiple choice style questions in these. And I do want to share with you, here's just, again, what a multiple choice question would look like, the question, the answer choices. I want to give you a little tip here that not a lot of people know or look or identify when they're taking the test. If the multiple choice question requires that you select only one option, you'll notice that the answer choices are a circle. If it's 2 or more, it actually changes from a circle to a little square. So that's just sort of a little thing that I noticed as far as the design and the graphic of the question. That's always helpful, because if you do need to select more than 2, that's a good indicator. However, the system will not let you move on if you've only selected 1 and in fact you were supposed to select 2. So it should stop you from doing that, but nonetheless, that's a nice little indicator there for you. The other thing I wanted to share with you that you'll get are drag and drop questions. Now we have 2 different kinds of drag and drop. One is where you are dragging answer choices from the right over onto the left. So you actually have to drag these items over, and you can place them wherever they would belong. So in this question, it says drag and drop to match the functionality to the Google tool. So we would grab, for example, schedule a reoccurring meeting. Well, that's a Google Calendar feature. So we would drag this little guy over on top of the Google Calendar section. Send an email, that's a Gmail function, right? So we would drag this guy over onto the Gmail box. And that's pretty simple, it's pretty straightforward, but that's how that section works. And then the other type of drag and drop question might be where you get steps on one side and then answer choices on another. And so in this case, we're not necessarily trying to drag, but instead just put them in order here on the right-hand side so that they match the step on the left column. So those are the 2 types of drag and drop question types that you might see. So that's that particular document. Going back to our resource document, the other resources you'll find on there are what are called the level basic task cards. There are 2, one for level 1, one for level 2. These particular tools or these particular resources are meant to help support you in learning how to use the Google tools. If you know how to use the tools based on the skills that you need to master within these decks, then you're going to be very successful in the exam. So one thing that's new as well to these basic task cards that we didn't have before is this slide that says skills to master. And if you don't know how to organize your drive or don't know how to use folders, you'll notice that these items now have a link that take you to a support page. And this is going to show you how to actually organize your folders inside of Google Drive. If you're not sure how to add shortcuts to Drive, you come here, you click on that button. Once again, that takes you to a support page that shows you how to do that. The Learn More section sends you to Google Drive's help pages. And from here, you can dive into all kinds of, how to Google Drive stuff, right? So everything is in here. And as you go through these basic task cards, you're going to be able to explore and learn how to do these basic functions. And again, if you don't know how, you can come back to that skills to master in each of those sections to learn how to do those features. Again, if you get to a point where you're like, I got this, like I know how to do everything in these task cards, you're going to be way more than just prepared for the exam, but you're going to be prepared to be able to use these tools in the classroom with your students. It is the same thing for the level 2 basic task cards. This just, again, it explores either some advanced features, or you might encounter also new tools that you maybe didn't encounter within level 1. So same concept, you go into each of these sections. For example, this one is on Chrome, and you should definitely know how to like group your tabs or pin a tab or search by usage rights. And again, if you learn how to do these things, you will definitely be ready to use these tools and be very successful in the classroom. Again, just putting it into the tile view so you can see there's a lot of different task cards in here that you can sift through. So these are great resources, even if you're just looking for how-to content to support you on in using the tools. The next resource is registering and applying your voucher. I know that when you get your voucher, sometimes it's a little confusing or not sure what the steps are. This is a document that now has all the steps that you need to know to be able to successfully take your exam, and not only that, but be able to select your language. So there's actually a change that we're very happy about, because I know language was sort of a challenge before. And now when you go to the Teacher Center and you go to, let's say, Educator Level 1, and you come in here and you say, okay, I want to register for the test. It now from this screen is going to let you click on the button that says select your language. So from here, you're going to be able to click this and then select your language from here and then click OK. And then that takes you into Web Assessor, where you will either register for the exam, whether it's with a voucher or a credit card, or you might be at a screen where you have to create your account. If it's the first time you're doing this, you'll be creating an account. If you've done this before, it'll take you straight into your account so that you can register for the exam. And I see the question coming through, is this information going to be available in Spanish? And I'm happy to report that yes, we're actually getting these documents translated into all the languages we support. So you will be getting these documents. Right now, I only have them in English, but they are coming in Spanish as well as many other languages that we support. Okay, so once again, this document called Registering for Level 1, Level 2 exam is going to show you all the steps you need to know to be able to get through. Where do you start from? What's your second step? What's the third step? Everything, including the screenshots that are going to guide you through all the steps to be able to register for your exam. It'll also walk you through, if you've already had an account, to skip to step 4. We looked at that earlier. If you haven't, what that screen looks like, the information you're filling out, etc. All of this in this handy PDF document ready to go for you to be able to follow along as you're getting going. The other document you're going to find in the list is going to be the fundamentals and advanced courses, in case you want to dive in deeper and learn more about the content. We do have both a fundamentals and an advanced course that has content that might appear in some way in the exam as well. And so these outlines let you know. So here, for example, we have Unit 1, and you're able to see what products are actually covered in Unit 1. In case you're looking for product-specific resources and content, you can now use this guide to be able to find that product information, as well as even individually per each unit, each lesson, what is covered in those different areas. So for those of you using the courses or learning from the courses, these are just outlines to help you with that. The last few things I have on here on this list is Level 1, Level 2, frequently asked questions, and then the link to the Teacher Center. I'm going to just jump into the Teacher Center here really quick and show you that, of course, from here under the certification pages, you can get to Level 1 and Level 2 to do what I did earlier, which was to just go right on in and register. If you still have questions about the steps, we have included 4 steps here on this webpage for you, so you can know exactly where to begin, what the next step is, what can I expect from the email, and then when I'm ready to take the exam, what do I need, etc. So all of that is outlined there for you at the top. And then the other thing I want to point to is this big blue button up here at the top corner that says frequently asked questions. When you click on that, it'll take you straight here. It lands on the Educator Level 1, Level 2 tab. And this is where you will be able to see a whole bunch of additional questions around the exam. So if you've got more questions than what I've currently shared, and you're just wondering, well, what about this or that or et cetera, you can come into this page and be able to just click on this. It expands and it gives you more instructions or more information about those particular questions. The Teacher Center is available in multiple languages, so you can come down here to the bottom and filter by or change the language. So it is available in Spanish. So everything I just covered, you'll be able to see in Spanish from here as well. Okay, that's it in a nutshell in regards to the exams. I know folks from CNG have been on the certification path, and congratulations to many of you that got your certification, that you started your journey, you got your level 1. I know some of you are going to be pursuing the level 2. I thought I saw a comment there from John just a bit ago saying he's excited and ready for level 2. And so I'm very happy for you guys, because yes, we've definitely seen a lot of folks from CNG getting their certifications. So we hope to see more of you register for this program, talk with John or Julian about getting set up for being able to get your certification, and they'll get you squared away. But I just wanted to wish you guys luck. For anyone pursuing the certifications, best of luck on that. Let me know if I can help in any other way. You will have access to these resources, and as soon as I have them available in Spanish, I will make sure to get them to all of you. So once again, everyone, thank you so much for today. We absolutely enjoyed being here with you, spending the day together and sharing just everything that we've been able to compile as far as resources and ideas and things like that. And we, of course, will continue to do that. So hopefully you got connected with our presenters via social media. And yeah, we're just looking forward to being able to continue the sharing and the learning together. So everyone have a great Saturday. We'll see you next time. Yes, so let's get you. So I know some folks are asking for the document. So give me one quick second. I will share the document into the chat. And again, it's going to be off of that same spreadsheet. So you can always go there to the spreadsheet to be able to get it. But give me one quick second. I'll pull it up and get it for you. I'm just grabbing the big Google Doc link here. So it's going to come across really big. But there's the link. If you click on that, it'll take you straight into the document. All right, everyone. You can see all the thank yous. Wish I was there to hug everybody. That Latin warmth that we always get in when we do events in person in Latin America. That was always the best part of the end of the day. We definitely miss being with you in person. Janice, there are already some how-to videos for a lot of those actually in the checklist, and I didn't include a checklist in this document, but I'll be sure to get it added. We do have a checklist with video tutorials on stuff for sure. Yes, virtual hugs, Andres. So I'm just going through to see if there are any other questions. I don't think I missed any. And I had my colleagues on here, both Alejandra and Victoria, monitoring the chat. I don't think I saw any others. But if you still have some, just add them there at the bottom. I'm still in here. It's so funny when you use the emojis on the back end in StreamYard, it tells me what they're called. So I see wash hands, virtual hug, elbow cough instead of the little icons. Okay, everyone, I'm going to go ahead and end the broadcast. But again, have a great Saturday, and we'll be in touch digitally. Oh, I did forget to mention, I've already lost most of you, but I did forget to mention, we will be sending a follow-up email so that you guys can get a certificate of participation and complete our survey, giving us some feedback on the sessions. So you will be getting that in about a week or so, maybe less than that. But look out for an email from us so that you can get your certificate of participation. All right, now I will go ahead and sign off. Again, thank you. Virtual hugs to everyone. John, Julian, we'll be in touch very, very, very soon. Yeah, we'll just take it from there. And Lily, hugs to Lily too. Thank you. Luis as well. Lots of shout outs. Bye, everyone.